Hello, I'm Seth Johnson with Land to House. This is Adventure 26. It's going to be a multi-part adventure because I'm going to be building something and I would like you to join along. So in adventure number 24, I cut down this oak tree, and that's what I'm going to be using as my building material. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut up a 10-foot section to use as lumber. So let's get started. Well, I'm not very experienced with the saw and I don't have a lot of tools to help me in this tree cut. So I found a spot here where I can stick my hand underneath the tree, and I'm going to measure out my lumber size here so that I can get underneath the tree and it won't pinch my saw. And then I'll move up and cut the second piece. Now that was a dramatic color change. Sorry, I forgot to set the white balance. Okay, first cut is done, and surprisingly didn't drop. This bottom piece now rolls quite easily, and this piece stayed where it was, so no saw pinching, thankfully. Now I'm going to take this tape measure and measure out 10 feet, because that's how long I want this piece of lumber. All right, that's 10 foot. That was a successful cut. I'm actually surprised because I always pinch the chain, but this time it worked out well. Only problem is I didn't pull my tape measure out, and so now it's stuck between two very heavy logs. So time to cut the next section over here to make smaller boards, and that should free up the stuck tape measure. Alright, to go with my 10-foot boards, I need some 4-foot boards. So I've marked out here at 4 feet, and so I'm going to cut this section to get several boards out of this at 4 foot. I successfully have a 10-foot section cut and a 4-foot section cut. So the goal now is to take the saw and cut down on both sides of the log so that it shaves off the bark and makes a nice flat surface. Then I'm going to rotate and then cut again so that it makes a square. There's something called an Alaskan chainsaw mill, which I don't have. So I'm just going to be free-handing it right now, but for what I'm going to build, that'll be just fine. So let's see how well this works. I started on this 10-foot section here and got about 2 feet. It's a good start, but it's going to take a long time. So I'm going to try and get this 4-foot section done, at least one full side, in this video, and then you'll have to wait until part 2 to see the rest. let's see what we have here. Pretty good. It's definitely a hard wood. So anyway, that's going to be the first cut for the top of a board. Then I'm going to move on to cutting the top and bottom and then the other side and get a few boards out of that. So this concludes part 1 of this little adventure. It takes a while, even with a nice new sharp chain, but I think I'll get more experienced as I go along. So next video I'm going to cut off the rest of the bark and then make a couple of 4-foot boards, and then we'll move on to the 10-foot section. Alright, hope to see you in the next video. Bye.